it, then when you don't work, you earn. And active income is where you work and you earn. When you stop, you don't earn. So all of us, we may have active income. It's good. I know typically almost every person has active income source, but try to build a passive income. When you close from work, go home and think of a business idea. When you close, think of something you can do to solve problems. Okay, so that is it. So I usually put it in this scenario. I call it a money tree. Now, when you are building when you plant a tree, it takes so many years for the tree to survive. The beginning, you need to water the tree, you need to take care of it, you need to protect it for animals not to destroy it. But when the tree, for instance, let's say it's a mango tree, it may take up to 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. On average, by the 5th year, you should be able to pluck mango. And that tree, when it grows very well, you don't need to be there to take care of it. Even when you are not there, animals can destroy it. A successful business is like the money tree that the tree that I just described. When you actually start building your business, it will take time. Sometimes the first 3 years you will not make money. In Ghana and Africa here, when you say you're doing business, people just expect that within 1 year or even months you start making it. And when you don't make it, they think that, oh, you have failed. It's not like that. A successful business is like actually planting a tree. It will take 3 to 5 years, and even sometimes up to 10 years before you will be able to firmly stand and be rooted. And it's typically like the tree that I described. So anyone who actually wants financial freedom should be able to learn how to plant a tree that can grow to become a money tree. I will just give some few examples of money tree seedlings. Money tree seedlings, as I said, number one is about producing content. If you can write a book, if you can write a song, if you can really provide some content to entertain, to educate, to help solve people's problems, you are providing content and you definitely get paid for it. Another one is real estate. Buildings, people will continue to give birth and our population will continue to increase. If you invest in buildings, it is actually something that always, the starting point is not always easy, but you're going to make more. So real estate is another part you can invest. We can talk of computer systems, software and computer systems. The software, for instance, softwares actually help us. They make things easier for us, help us to solve our problems, help us to do to be able to solve many problems at the go, or to do many things at the go. Just like Mark Zuckerberg has designed Facebook to help us to interact with others. Just like Bill Gates has invented Microsoft, and then PowerPoint, Microsoft Word and Code that helps us to really do things easily. So you can also invest in software. You must not be a computer scientist to invest in software. Yes, Alibaba, for instance, Jack Ma didn't study anything relating to computer science, but he is the one who has built an e-commerce giant. That is one of the biggest companies in China today. So all these things I am speaking, you may not have the skill, but you can learn. You must not necessarily have learned that skill at school. Another one that you can possibly invest in, and it will help you, is I have mentioned so far content. I've mentioned the software in the internet. Another one is distribution systems. Distribution systems. For instance, you can talk of Amazon. You can talk of Alibaba. You can talk of franchises. Like you can talk of franchises. Franchises. I want to give one popular example. Like the company this man founded, Colonel Sanders, KFC.
It's KFC, yeah.
KFC. KFC is a franchise. What do I mean by a franchise? The person typically who started the formula, he started it at one place and he's able to produce something very unique. So other people have to come and buy the formula and pay him a commission. So a franchise is one of the distribution systems that can help you to make a lot. So he sits as one place and his franchises are all over the world. People have to buy his license. Yes. So another one is licensing your intellectual property for others to use. For instance, let's say you invent an idea that no one knows. You can sell your intellectual property. You can register it and sell it. So some scientists have discovered ideas where they license it. So people have to come and buy the idea, go and implement it. So that is about licensing your intellectual property. So there are many other examples, like services systems. Like we can talk of schools, we can talk of hospitals. We also have the manufacturing sector, where you can manufacture whatever you think you can manufacture to solve problems. You only need to learn the process of that particular industry, build the system, get people with the requisite skills, and it is going to become standard and can also help problems one day. And once you are able to solve people's problems, you are really making an impact, and you will get paid in return for your work. So these are just some few things we can do to earn to be financially free.
Somebody will say all this that you are saying are too capital intensive. What are you going to tell them?
Okay, so I said earlier that money is about ideas. So you need to develop your mind. Now, let's say that you have the vision of starting a particular company, you don't have the money. The first thing to do is to put your writing down into a detailed description of what you want to do. The reason why we don't always know where to go next is because we don't have a clear vision. If you have a clear vision of what you want to do, you write down, you have a business plan. Start small. You don't need to start big. All these things I am saying, most of the big giants across the world today, they didn't start big like that as we see them today. They started small. Start small. People will come in to invest if they see that you have a vision, you believe in yourself, and you have invested your own resources there. Because if you claim you want to do a certain type of business, you don't have a business plan. You yourself haven't even started. You don't have a prototype. When I come in to invest and I see that you have not done anything, and you yourself, you don't even believe yourself, I will not even invest. So there are we have venture capitalists. Venture capitalists are the people who have big money to invest, but they want to see your vision. They want to see your vision. We have a lot of investors in Ghana, and for those who have ideas and they need investors, later on they can contact me privately, and I can help. But there are some investors that some of them I may not be able to mention all of them. So as I said, that one you can contact me later on, and I may give you some specific example. But they are investors. They are venture capitalists and angel investors. The venture capitalists are companies that provide funding to help people and companies, and they do so to get shares in the company. We also have angel investors. The angel investors are people who have money on their own to invest. So while venture capitalists is a group of people, venture capitalists are single individuals who have the money to invest. They are all there. One thing that you need is, as I said, starting and doing something small, having something to show for what you have done, and then building good relationships. Look, every problem in this world can be solved through people. If you don't have good relationships with people, you don't like to interact with people, you don't like to actually ask for help, you may not get it. But someone can have the funding that you need, but because the person does not know your vision, he can't help. So these are some few ways that someone can do to really get the help.
Look, I'm enjoying this discussion. Trust me, man. I think David Insall is saying, I really need more clarification on assertion that money is not a cure a cure to poverty. Will you add something before I add something, or I should go ahead?
Okay, so money is not a cure to poverty. I spoke a bit about it at the beginning. I said that when you give money to an uneducated and a financially illiterate person, he will still become poor. He will mismanage it, and the money will finish within the twinkle of an eye. So money will not cure the poverty of the person. The person actually needs a mental change. He needs an education that will change his mind. If the mind does not change, he cannot really manage the money. So money does not cure poverty means that you need financial literacy. You need education. You need to understand how money works before giving money. If not, you can be giving millions, but because you don't know how to manage money, the money is going to be decreasing, and it will gradually get to an end. But if you give money to someone who understand how to manage money and multiply it, that money is to multiply. Even if you remember in the Bible, the parable of the tenants, you remember that when the master gave the money to each of them, one of them went and hid the money and said that he knew his master is wicked, so he did not multiply it. He left it there and it was getting rotten. So that kind of person, the mindset is for poverty, and he's not a financially literate person. And if you give that type of person more money, he is going to squander it. But you see that one of the tenants, they gave him 2 and he brought 4. Another one collected 5 and was able to bring another 5. So that is that is what we actually mean about money is not a cure to poverty. If you have to add, you can also add.
So let me add something to your parable of the talent. And you see, the one that was giving one, in terms of numbers, is the one that was giving less, meaning that his was small, so that can equate to poverty. And he is the one that really hid it. He is the one that put it in the soil, meaning that poor people don't invest the small they have. They rather want to hold on to it, and it never multiplies. So now coming to money is not a cure to poverty. Now, you see, I read in a book, I've really forgotten the title of the book, and it says, if the money in the world is shared equally among us, in few months, it will come back to the pocket that shared it. Because a lot of people, what they do is that because the mindset is not really developed to really handle certain resources, the money will eventually leave their hands and come back to the source where the money was really dispersed. And this is the mindset of the poor. The mindset of the poor is that they don't invest. The mindset of the poor, they want to really hold on to. And until that mindset changes, you can give as much as money to too many people. If they don't have the right mindset, they will still stay in poverty. So before one can succeed, even in the UK, there was a statistics about people that win the lottery. Millions, and in less than 5 years, they all file for bankruptcy. Why is that the case? Those people never expected to really handle such resources. And because they don't have financial intelligence, you see, when almost every week somebody will win, they've got something they call Euro Millions in the UK, somebody will win the national lottery. And when they interview them, there is one thing I always hear. So what are you going to do with the money? David, do you know what they said? Oh, I'm going to go on holiday. I am going to go and buy a car. I'm going on a cruise. You see, the first thing that comes into their mind is that they are going to buy liabilities. Hardly do you see them hearing they are going to buy assets. And that is the mindset of the poor. Meaning that this person doesn't have financial intelligence. So they just invest their money on liabilities, and within a few years, they lose their money. And this is why we are saying that money is not the cure to poverty. Money is just a vehicle. And if you don't know how to handle that vehicle, you are going to misuse it. And this is what we want young people to understand. In this book, I talked about before you start on your vision, work on your mind. Many people do not work on their mind. They only work on the vision. They only work on the resources that they need. And that resources that you need, it can only be controlled by your inner resources. And the most powerful of your inner resources is the mind. So if the mind is not trained to really handle the resources that you are seeking on the outside, you are bound to fail. And that is why you need to work on this before you work on what is on the outside. But it is so sad that we only work on what is on the outside, neglecting this. And that is why when we face challenges, we give up instead of finding solutions. Why? Because we haven't developed our mind to really understand how to manage the resources that we are seeking. So look, David, it's been a powerful discussion and I've really enjoyed this. And I always tell you that when the discussion is very good, time really runs fast. Can you imagine it just 5 minutes to the top of the hour? Now, let's go on this and briefly we'll bring this to a close. Please, if you are watching us, we want you to share this for somebody to have an opportunity to really watch this, and also like our page T2I TV UK on Facebook and on YouTube. David, how can one become a successful entrepreneur?
Thank you. Okay. So there are some few things to succeed on the journey of entrepreneurship. And I have always said that if you are not able to cultivate this kind of some of these things I am going to mention, your entrepreneurship journey won't be successful. Number one of the things is passion. Doing something you are very passionate about. I have said this over and over on several occasions. You see, passion is what is going to drive you. When as an entrepreneur, many people lose hope in you, and it's going to happen. If you are really building something that is going to be a global thing, look, the beginning is always very bad. Many people will not believe in you. When you start and you are not making it yet, they won't believe in you. And then when you don't have the passion, you easily give up. Look, I tell you, when I started, it came to a time that a lot of people started making fun of me that, oh, I said I'm doing business or I'm entrepreneur. They cannot really see exactly what I'm doing, but they didn't know what I am driving at. So passion is very, very important. Having a very strong passion for what you want to do. So the passion is what is going to drive you when everybody gives up on you. Passion is what is going to drive you when everyone starts saying, oh, you say you are doing this, where is the result? And you fail, and it is the passion that will continue to drive you. Passion is what is going to drive you to wake up in the night like 3 a.m. and be working. Passion is what will drive you to actually close late, even when everyone has gone on, and you will still be there. For instance, sometimes I will close here 10 p.m. Yes. Sometimes I am here by 5 a.m. If it is not the passion and the commitment I have, and for the work I do, I won't be able to spend those hours to be here. For example, I have really learned that Elon Musk, who is now the second richest in the world today, and then Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, at the beginning of their company, they used to work 80 hours a week. 80 hours in 1 week. That is more than what the normal person should work. But you see, that one is what is I am talking of passion. If you don't have the passion, you easily become tired and give up. So number one of the things is passion. Number two is commitment and dedication. Commitment, dedication, and discipline. As I just said, some of the things I do, if I am not disciplined, I can't do it. No one actually is here instructing me, do this, do this, do this. But because I am disciplined and I have results that I want to get to, I keep on. Even when things are hard, sometimes even when I am hungry, I still keep on to do what I want to do. So passion is the number one. The number two is commitment and discipline. Number three is find a problem you want to solve. Look, there are a lot of problems in the society.
Especially in Africa.
Especially in Africa. So you see, if you really want to make more money, come to Africa. Africa is where the problems are. You see, that's why I've been telling people, sometimes we run away from Africa and we think there is no much to do on Africa. But you see that the white people are coming. They come here because this is where problems are. And where problems are, you can solve those problems for more money. People need jobs. Provide jobs for them. And you can provide a job by starting a business to employ them. Yes. Okay, so that's just by the way. But I mean, there are a lot of problems you can solve. When people complain of things, it means there is a problem. No one complains about gravity. No one complains about the sun rising at the east and setting at the west, because it is not a problem. But things that people complain about can be solved. For example, let me give you my example. You see, me, I saw that a lot of people want to do business and they don't know how to do it. I saw that many people are really in need of direction as to what they need to do when they are starting their business, and they need funding and they don't know how to go about it to get it. This is why my area of entrepreneurship that I have entered to has to do with how to help people to start businesses. I saw that people are finding it difficult to advertise online, so I leverage on that to learn how to help people to advertise online. So learn, provide some value, solve some problem for people. Once you can provide value, then actually you'll be able to, you have a market. You have a market because money is attracted to value. When you can solve problems for people, you're going to get money. So these are just some few things. So you must be able to provide value. You should have passion for what you want to do, and you should read more. You see, a lot of African entrepreneurs don't go far because they don't read. Look, the most successful entrepreneurs are the people who read crazily. Look at the fourth richest person on the planet, Warren Buffett. He reads an average of 500 pages a day. Who is more busier than him? But look at how old he is and how rich he is. But he read about 500 pages a day. Bill Gates read 2 books, 1 book every week. He reads a book every week. In a year, he reads about 52 books. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook founder, does the same. When I say it anytime, people say I don't have time to read. You see, they have not made it a habit. In order to succeed, you must read. Ideas are in books. Some of the things I speak and people are so happy about, I read them. If you don't read, look, your life is going to be in 5 years the same as it is now, except for the books that you read and then the people you actually connect to, as has been said by tremendous Charlie Jones. So read. You have to read. Ideas will come in books. The problem, some of the problems I have identified is through my reading. You read many problems that you have identified in books. You are able to coin your own ideas from all the ideas you have learned, and it becomes a business idea. So read. Make it a habit. Every day, read 30 minutes. When you close from work and you go home, read some minutes before you sleep. Even if you cannot read before you sleep, read when you wake up early in the morning. I tell you, when you cultivate the habit of reading at least 30 minutes to 1 hour a day, your life is going to change. Majority of people don't have ideas because they don't read. So these are some few things. Read, learn, have mentors, have people that you can consult for ideas. Associate with the right people. If you associate with 5 broke people, you become the 5th broke person. And when you associate with 5 rich people, you become the 5th rich person. So your associations, your mentality. And I want to just say in conclusion about the mindset you need to become an entrepreneur, that you have to actually stop blaming others. Stop blaming your parents. Yes, they might not have given you a good foundation. You have a lot of problems. But what I mean by stop blaming is that anytime you blame people, you actually take off the responsibility from your head, and you are not able to, once you don't take responsibility for your problems, you cannot change them. That is why you need to take responsibility for even some of the problems you did not create. For instance, my parents didn't give me a good foundation, but I have taken it upon myself that I am going to provide a good foundation for myself and do some of the wonderful things that they should have actually helped me to do and they didn't help me. So when you have this kind of mindset, you are going to succeed as an entrepreneur. There are more that I can talk about, but for the sake of time, I will not be able to mention all of them. And for those who actually don't have this book yet, Achieving Your Greatest Dreams, I will advise you that you can contact me after this interview to get this book. In fact, this book has 1 full chapter dedicated on entrepreneurship and financial freedom, and it's the longest chapter I've written more. It's about 82 pages, 1 chapter. So when you read what is here, it is going to help you understand more about what I'm saying. A lot of detailed explanation are given here. So I encourage you to get this book. In fact, this whole book is about entrepreneurship and financial freedom. Later on, try and get a copy. Yeah, so you can
now. Yeah. Now, David, please, for all those that are watching us, me and David, we are bringing out a conference. It's an online conference where everyone across the globe can join us. And we just did a teaser last week, and it went very successful. So we are registering people. That is on the 7th, 8th, and 9th of May. It's a 3 days online conference, and it's a personal development and business conference. where we are going to shape your mind and we are going to give you directives when it comes to business and also in terms of your personal development. David is very good on the entrepreneurship. I'm very good on personal development. When the two combine, is fireworks. David, can you tell our viewers what the program is all about? And David will be taking us through a lot of topics within this month. So please, this is the place to be every Tuesday, because David is the man when it comes to things of personal development and entrepreneurship. David, please speak to our viewers about the program.
Okay, so I just want to add that, as he said, the program is a life-changing program. The problem in Africa is, as I mentioned previously, is lacking the knowledge. You cannot do something that you could not do if you have not learned something new. What I am saying is, if you are having a certain thing you want to do today and you could not do it until you learn something new about it, you can't do it. So we have actually dedicated our lives to study things. We have the practical experience plus what we have studied, and we are going to share with you. It's a powerful program. Africa here, we don't like online events. Most people don't like, and then we can, as we have just said earlier, we can spend our time on a lot of things, but when it comes to personal development, entrepreneurship, we don't spend our time there. We are encouraging you that next month, you join this program. As he mentioned, it's on the 7th, 8th, and 9th of May. When you register for this program, it's going to be a powerful program that will help you to develop your mindset about what you want to do. It will help you to set very effective goals. It is going to have, we are going to give you some forms that you'll be able to fill and can really track your progress. It is a program that is going to teach you practical training on digital advertising, Facebook and Instagram advertising, which are the biggest platform for advertising in the world today. And you know, when you understand Facebook and Instagram advertising, you can sell more everywhere in the world. You can sell, you can really, it is a path that can help you to really have financial freedom. I encourage you to actually make time and then participate in this program. It is a powerful program and it is going to help you. When you make time and join this program, you will never regret. So that's just a little about it.
Thank you very much, David. And as David said, this is going to be a powerful and life-changing program. That is me and David bringing out this powerful personal development and business conference. It is online. Just invest in your mind, invest in your life, invest in your vision. Buy data, join us, and learn something new. Trust me, I'm not that person that really goes with people easily. But for me, having an encounter with David, I've learned so much from this young man. And trust me, he is a man to listen to. And for all those that are watching us, my book, Mindset Revolution, is finally out. It is on Amazon. I think I've got Teresa Moore here, she got her copy today. And I've got so many people that have bought the book on Amazon. Look, it is called Mindset Revolution, Reengineering Your Mind from Prison to Purpose. If you don't work on this, forget it. There is no way you can win the battle outside. The battle must be won here. And we have neglected this for far too long. And it is about time we invest in the mind. Trust me, the kind of feedbacks I'm getting about the book already is so amazing. Go to Amazon, type Oscar Bimpong, and the books will come out. All my books will come out, and you'll get Mindset Revolution. Those in Africa